hello, and welcome back to Hey, How You Doing? I'm Keith.
And I'm Janet Newsworthy. So Keith, how you doing?
Doing great. I actually think I know how to get my job back at KCAC Channel 12.
Oh, really?
Yep, a little thing called job discrimination.
How so?
Well, I'm going to sue them unless I get my old job back, and I'm going to do it with this little guy.
Is that black shoe polish?
Yep, it's this. It is this right here.
So that doesn't make any sense at all. How would that work, Keith?
Well, I would put it on my face.
Oh,
And look,
God.
I'm black.
I think you've been taking too many of those anxiety meds.
Hey, they're prescribed. They're legit, okay?
Legitimate medication does not come in a mason jar with a handwritten label, Keith.
I'm under a lot of stress, all right? Okay?
Hey, calm down.
Sorry, maybe it wasn't the most thought out plan.
No.
All right, Janet, how are you doing?
Fine. Unlike you, I have a plan for getting out of this poorly written hell of bad sets and cheap lighting. And don't look at me like that, Chuck. If you want to have respect around here, maybe you should go get your lighting from somewhere else other than Home Depot. And you, don't look at me like that, Al Jolson.
What's your plan?
Well, I'm going to work hard and be the best damn host I can be.
Because that worked so well for you over at KCAC, didn't it?
That hurt, Keith.
Let's get started. Let's start out with sports, okay? In sports news, after losing 2 of their last 3 games, the Cowboys are on a roll. It's more of a downhill slide, though, I'd have to say.
Yeah. And the hockey strike continues with games canceled until at least November 30th. And I have only one thing to say to that, Keith. Puck it.
Watch your mouth, Janet. Hey, international news. Everyone is focused on Hurricane Sandy still.
Yes, Hurricane Sandy made landfall earlier this week, leaving millions without power and 45 dead.
Now, if you want to help, the Red Cross desperately needs blood. You can go to their website for information on where to donate.
Or you can also donate $10 by texting 90999 to Red Cross.
Now, in lighter Sandy news, celebrities have taken to Twitter to voice their asinine musings about the disaster.
Such as Lindsay Lohan, who tweeted earlier this week, why is everyone in such a panic about hurricane? I'm calling it Sally. Stop projecting negativity, think positive, and pray for peace, followed by the hilarious hashtag @HurricaneSassy.
So according to her, all we have to do is think positive and anything we want can happen?
That's what it sounds like, Keith.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Check your phone.
Okay.
See if Lindsay Lohan is still alive.
Oh, afraid so.
Damn!
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Well, when you can't trust a kleptomaniac drug addict, who can you trust?
Damn shame.
It really is, Keith.
What a shame. Well, one expected consequence of Hurricane Sandy is that with less than a week until the election, no one is talking about the actual election.
Yes, news outlets have gone from breathless coverage about their meaningless and wildly inaccurate polls to barely mentioning anything about Romney and Obama's race to lead our wildly corrupt and utterly broken government.
That's right. So we figured this was the time to strike. Starting now, we'll be providing the most up-to-date coverage of the election. What do we got, Janet? Janet?
Nothing, Keith. We got nothing. We get all of our news from other news websites.
What about the writers?
They have 3 pages of wormed over Huffington Post pieces. Seriously, they're still giving us Romney at 47% jokes.
Fine. What else is in the news besides the election and Sandy?
Well, in Texas, a new highway just opened in Lockhart. The speed limit is 85 miles per hour, but due to the wild hog population, there have been 4 major wrecks with drivers running into hogs.
You heard it here first, people.
More or less. Oh, wait, your book review.
What?
Yeah, you're supposed to be covering the Hey How You Doing book club. So how's it going with the assignment?
Really good. Yeah, really good.
So you're telling me you actually read a book?
Yep, I did. I did.
Not like last time when we had 3 minutes of dead airspace to fill.
Nope, absolutely not.
Okay, so you're telling me you read an entire book from cover to cover.
I sure did.
Ooh, okay, so you've got me on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to hear about this book that even you would read.
Well, it was great. It was called The Adventures of Captain Underpants.
Okay, hold on. We can't talk about those kinds of books on the air. This is a family show.
It's not that kind of book. It's animated.
Like a comic book.
Not exactly, but it's got some parts you can flip between pages really fast, and it looks like the characters are moving.
Sounds like high-quality literature.
Well, at least it's not a snooze fest like that last book that you reviewed. What was it called again?
Moby Dick?
And you thought my book had a dirty title.
Herman Melville was a great literary genius.
Well, not as great as Dave Pilkey. In fact, I think he's a literary genius. And I think it's Herman Melville, by the way.
Oh, well, how do you figure?
Well, anyways, my guy, Dave, he gets people to read who hate to read, you know? I read the whole book cover to cover without putting it down. That takes a lot. I've never done that with any book before in my whole life.
Well, that's something, I guess. So I'm curious, how did you hear about this book?
My nephew.
The 8-year-old?
Yeah, it was over at his house. I was over there, and he was reading it. So I figured it had to be a good book because he hates to read.
I can't believe you're taking our book review segment and turning it into a laughingstock.
The book is really funny, but seriously, it's really, really good.
Great. Tell me more.
Well, I don't want to give the whole thing away for those viewers out there who might want to read it after me giving it such a good review.
So you didn't read the whole thing?
I did too. I really did. Let's just say it's about a school principal who hears a snap and gets turned into a superhero who runs around in just his underwear trying to save the world. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it?
Intrigue is a mighty big word, so now you're telling me you're learning a new word and reading an entire book?
Well, maybe it's not such a bad idea. We could have a segment on the show to help people learn new vocabulary words. How about that?
Our show doesn't have any more time for new segments, Keith.
Maybe we could cut out that whole fashion segment that you do, Janet. You can only see so many anorexic clowns at a runway before you want to throw up.
We're not cutting out the fashion thing for some of your harebrained ideas.
Sounds like you could use a little vocabulary improvement there, Janet. Harebrained? Really? How can hair have a brain?
Well, I think that's all the time we have for the book segment and the book review.
Well, plus vocabulary development would be a lot more educational than talking about clothes and shoes and purses, oh my.
Why don't you ever listen to me?
You never say anything I want to hear.
Like I said, that's all the time we have, folks. Thanks for watching.
Until next time.
Why don't you always have to have the last word? It's my turn to sign off. You did the book review, I do the sign off. That's how it works.
If you say so.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'm gonna kill you.
Why?
you
What's the
damn
matter?
bastard.
I should
I do the sign off. You do the other thing. Now I'm done.
Come on, let me do it.
Just get this done.
You got us fired.
Let's roll.